this matters here. If this is effed up, everything's gonna F up. This video is for the women who are exhausted. I realize that so many of us are not failing in life, we're just exhausted from constantly pushing ourselves to the limits, right? It's like small things, like pushing yourself to wake up early, to be disciplined, push to fix yourself, and push to improve. But the thing is, somewhere along the way, I think growth stopped feeling like care and more like a punishment. And if you ever thought like, why am I still not enough? You're not alone. I've been there. I still feel behind all the time. It's just totally normal to think, I guess. So that's the one problem that I wanted to talk about with you guys as well. Maybe because a lot of people, maybe they're thinking like that, or maybe they're feeling the same way as I'm feeling. So let's talk about it. I think the one thing that matters is no one tells us like pushing yourself works until it doesn't. First it looks like discipline, then it turns into guilt, and then eventually your mind and your body feel so exhausted that you stop doing it at all, right? So, and there's a lot of weeks when I feel like this. Like some days I feel so bad about myself that I don't want to do anything. I just want to cry. But some days I feel so motivated to do everything that day. So it's really just my emotions that are controlling me. So I wanted to tackle this problem because I don't want to feel good one day and bad another day. I researched a little bit about it, and I think that I need to change my perspective of seeing the problem. So what I found out is that if I'm feeling tired of pushing myself every day, maybe it's time to stop asking, how do I become better? Ask myself instead, how do I support myself? And I realized and I've learned that growth doesn't mean that you have to do more every day. It's about not quitting and slowing down. That's what real growth means. Because I think we don't need a new routine. We don't need to become a different person. We just need to stop being so hard on ourselves, because life is already very hard, right? So we're gonna do some mindset shifts here so that we know how to tackle these problems. And I'm gonna give you guys some solutions for that, and I hope it helps you guys to overcome this problem. I think the first point would be to replace pressure with permission. What does that mean? Is the first thing that helped me was giving myself permission to be exactly where I am, not where I think I should be. Because some days when I'm feeling down, I always think that I'm not doing more, I'm not doing better, I need to do more, I need to just go, and I should fix this, I should fix that. For so long I treated my days as checklists that I would never finish. So that was obviously not working for me. And giving myself permission didn't stop me from growing. It allowed me to grow without guilt. And I'm still in the process of learning that doesn't happen overnight, but I think it's just how you set your mind to it. I let myself make mistakes, I let myself rest, and I think that tiny shift changed everything. And then growth started feeling more like a care rather than a punishment. So today, like, it's the start of the week. Instead of pushing yourself, you should ask yourself a question. What can you do for yourself without beating yourself up? It could be anything. It could be little as making your bed, or writing a thought down, writing down how you're feeling today, or doing meditation. Even like taking 5 breaths, it still counts. I think the one thing that I was lacking is I was trying to do everything at the same time. I wanted to be better at everything, and that actually did not work out well for me, obviously. So I think the second learning would be to do one thing with presence, not 5 things with resentment. It means focusing on one thing that I will do wholeheartedly, rather than focusing on 5 things that I actually don't even want to do. And I realized that when we push ourselves too hard, everything becomes a chore, and I actually feel it. I have felt it a lot of times. When I had to do an exercise, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to work out now, and it felt like a chore to me. So what I did is I started giving myself some rest periods so that it feels less intense and more like something that I'm working towards. Also with laundry, cooking, emails, sometimes these things can also feel very heavy, right? So now what I do is like I experimented with choosing one task, giving it my full attention, and letting the rest wait. and by doing that I was able to do that task properly with in a more calmer sense. My mind was calmer. I felt accomplished and somehow actually got more done than when I was rushing through 5 things or 10 things at once. So tell yourself this every day. Repeat after me that I don't have to conquer the world today. I just have to show up for this one thing fully and kindly. And watch how the magic happens. Number 3 is rest. Let rest be productive. Rest is important. Also very important to know that rest is not optional. We treat it like a reward that we earn after doing everything that we promised ourselves we will do, right? But rest is what allows us to show up fully even for a tiny task. And when I started letting myself rest, like scroll mindfully, sit in silence and nap without guilt, I became more calmer, more creative, and surprisingly more productive. And remember that stress is not weakness, it's a strategy. Even 5 intentional minutes of slowing down can be revolutionary. And I think if you do these tricks, you will automatically feel more calmer and more productive throughout your day, and you don't have to rush doing anything, right? And just remember that you are still a human and you're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to take things slow, because this matters here. If this is effed up, everything's gonna F up, right? And you have to take care of your mind, your body, and your soul. So yeah, if you're someone who wants to grow without hating yourself, in this process you will feel at home in this space that I'm providing you on my channel, and I'm trying to build my life slowly, honestly. And if you want to do that with me, you're welcome to stay here. Just remember, you don't need to push yourself, you don't need to fix everything. Just take one breath at a time and let yourself be enough for today. And please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button so that I know that you guys want more content like this, and I will see you guys soon in my next video.